Greetings to all light forms and life workers who have found this Tarot Tutoring Episode 2, The Mentalism of the Magician. If you haven't seen Episode 1, I recommend you start this series there. The information will be building, and you might want to take notes. If you do not have any of these 4 decks, I will be discussing the general archetypal energies and the common symbolisms throughout my small sampling size of the history of tarot. I'm your host, E.T., holding space and information as your personal tarot tutor. We begin with the Magician. From the Visconti-Sforza deck from the 15th century. The magician, or juggler, sits at a small table, on which are a knife, 2 coins, or pieces of bread, a cup with a large white dish. His right hand is cupped over the ornate covered dish, which is sparkling with gray. In his left hand, the magician holds a rod. The rod, the symbols of all 4 suits are depicted in the card. The knife or sword represents spades. The rod or baton represents staves. The cup, hearts. The bread or coins. The magician wears a richly colored red robe. His hat, the edge of his coat and cuffs are trimmed in white emery. His feet are coated with loose-fitting slippers. The floor seems to be an expanse of green grass broken by an occasional leaf pattern. The background of the card is a decorative drapered or lozenge shaped design framing the familiar starburst, the sun emanating wavy rays. The border panel of this card contains the usual decorative design represented with minor alterations on almost all of the cards. Dots, usually 7 in a circle, 1 central dot. This card has been referred to as the Carnival King in the triumphal procession before Lent. Divination meaning: originality, creativity, adaptability, to utilize one's capabilities in order to accomplish a task, imagination, self-reverence, concentration, skill, willpower, self-confidence, dexterity, ingenuity, flexibility, craft, guile, masterfulness, self-control, sleight of hand, master of oneself, determination to see a task through to completion, capable of influencing other people. Reverse meaning: wickedness of will, indecision, impertinitude, insecurity, disquiet, delay, lack of imagination, the use of one's skills for destructive ends, willpower applied to evil ends. So, the Magician is a powerful archetype that we all have met. I would like to discuss some of the symbols here. The Magician sitting at a 6-legged table, sitting on a stool. The Magician is able to create and master their own way through their own processes. They are holding the wand in a writing position. This is to show us that our writing, our spelling that we create, is magical and brings this magic to life. When we are able to understand our gifts, understand our power, and how to use them to manifest based on the abundance and the blessings we already have, we can magnify them and master them in our own passionate and creative way. Know that anything you wish to accomplish can be accomplished based on the resources you already have if you are able to use those resources in a creative, ingenuitous way that no one has thought of before. So that's the Visconti. Now we will move on to the Rider-Waite, the Magician. Skill, diplomacy, address, sickness, pain, loss, disaster, self-confidence, will, and reversed is physician, magus, mental illness, disgrace, or disquiet. So the infinite sign above the head of the magician is a symbol of the infinite will of thought, that if we can master our thoughts, master our abilities, and master our energies, we can create this world through this power, as above, so below. We are able to master the energies all around us, the abundance, beauty that we hold, and all of the things that we have been given and amassed in our time, to share the information of creativity, of change and transmutation to others. Now we move on to the Shadow of Oz. The Magician. The Wizard of Oz, a former humbug who has learned real magic, stands ready to perform his greatest trick. He has one hand raised to the sky as he gives his Barnum-esque barnstorming speech, with the other hand gesturing down at his hexagonal conjuring table. He has emptied his black magic bag of magical tools onto the off-white surface. A quadling red fairy wand, a munchkin blue goblet, a winky yellow dagger, and a Gillikin purple coin lay there. The mystic bubbles he's conjuring weave in a arcane pattern and howl around him. The reading, realization, willpower, creativity, potency. The shadow notes. What's great about the wizard when he has become the magician is that he is everything. He knows real magic, but he's never stopped being a trickster. He's benevolent, but still stole a country. He's a whimsical old man, but he has guns and a sword. He's great and terrible. He is the distillation of Oz and the key to the tarot. Baum was never shy about contrasting himself. The wizard's power comes from that. He is false and true at once, the keeper of secrets, the seeker of wisdom, with all the tools of the tarot at his disposal. Oscar, Zoroaster, Philip, Isaac, Norman, Hindle, Emmanuel, Ambrose Diggs first appeared in The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, 1900. Card art by Olympia Maximus. So, the difference with this, as with each magician in all tarots, there will be differences. The ones I would like to point out is the performer, the trickster, the usurper, and the student. Is Oz the great and terrible? Can trick and manipulate based on sleight of hand, but can also conjure in the truest form. Takes from the full culture of this land of Oz to be the personal advisor to the mighty Princess Ozma. We may begin with no magic, and we may begin telling lies and doing tricks, but over time, with experience, the magic will come because it's already there. When we can tap into our own power, we allow the bubbles to rise, and we conjure what we wish with our creativity, with our ingenuity, with our passion for this magic. We will bring this joy to the world, and we can be both the humbug and the mage. Okay. The fourth, we have the Magician from the Book of the Dead Tarot. We are facing a beginning, and we can begin with the choice in harmony with our deepest will, letting the primordial fire that illuminates the head of the magician act as the spark. Potential such as his talent, his ability to persuade, or assurance are at their maximum level in a creative and responsive equilibrium, catalyzed by his instruments such as the wand and the chalice. While, however, the will is not clear but clouded, as if covered by a veil, it is then easy to act imprudently, to have prejudice, to hesitate, or remain in a stilled situation of a victim of indecision. The advice of the dead: do not waste time, act. You can trust your own abilities without delay. Be careful, evaluate where you aim, your potential, and the object of your choices. So know that if we have large levels of magic, we have information, we have skills, but we don't use them. We do not share them. We do not learn more about them. What we're doing is we're burning ourselves with the wax. We create a loop of inaction, of stagnance, of unwillingness to share our gifts because we believe that someone will put our flame out, that we will burn someone. Know that the power and magic you hold within can either do both things. You can hurt and do terrible darkness with magic, but you can also be the light, to shine, to inspire, to create, and to believe that this world is a beautiful place of love. It's your choice, and the magician will be there for either one. But any darkness and every negative aspect that you conjure or create has repercussions. And remember that the magic you hold illuminates and shines effervescently throughout the eons. So those are from the books and from my own personal intuition. Now I will discuss the cosmic archetype of the magician. When we are able to sense, feel, and understand the limitless amount of cosmic transformation energy, we call this magic, that is around us at all times, based on how we speak, how we act, how we think, how we shine, and how we give, is what we will receive back. You can begin as a humbug, or you can begin as a powerful past life magi. Either aspects, either energies are powerful. Know that what you do, what you conjure, and what you create, you are responsible for. You can be anywhere in the spectrum of these mages, but know that the magic, the true magic of the tarot, the magic of divination, and the magic of love exists. And when you can give that, give your service, perform your action, and trust your gifts are perfect, you will bring light, joy, power, and understanding of the ancient secrets just a little bit more to the mass consciousness. Find your own passions, find your own magic, and know that what you do, the more you can master it, the more you can give it out freely, and the more that you can share it, the more it will magnify, the more your thoughts will create your reality through the use of your power. You are loved, and much gratitude. Look forward to seeing you in the next episode of this series.